Imagine calling yourself a defender of women's rights, equality, and freedom, and somehow ending up defending the very forces that would destroy all three. Does this sound insane? Let's take a closer look. Welcome to the political theater of the modern West. We are witnessing something genuinely dangerous right now. Moral outrage is replacing critical thinking. A lot of self-proclaimed woke activists have created a worldview where anything becomes automatically virtuous, as long as it opposes the West. The moment a movement labels itself anti-imperialist, people start applauding. No questions asked, no deeper analysis, just instant moral validation. And that's where the problem begins, because history has already shown us exactly where this can lead. Iran, 1979. When the Iranian Revolution happened, many Western intellectuals and left-wing activists celebrated it as a victory for freedom. The Shah was viewed as the symbol of oppression, so naturally, anyone fighting against him had to be the good guys. And Khomeini, a religious hardliner who would go on to build an authoritarian theocracy, that part was either ignored, romanticized, or conveniently dismissed. The result? Women lost rights, minorities were persecuted, religious extremism became state power. And here's the disturbing part. We're watching the same pattern happen again. Today, the branding is just different. Now it comes wrapped in the language of moral activism, identity politics, and cultural self-righteousness. And suddenly, we end up in this completely absurd situation. On one side, activists loudly champion feminism, LGBTQ rights, diversity, and equality. On the other side, extremist groups openly oppress women, persecute minorities, and glorify violence. And somehow, some people still find ways to excuse or defend them, simply because those groups position themselves against the West. Why? Because for some people, ideology has become more important than reality. And let's be clear, yes, Western countries have absolutely committed injustices. Yes, imperialism deserves criticism. But criticizing the West does not automatically make every opposing force morally righteous. You can oppose imperialism without supporting extremism. That should not be controversial. But in the age of hashtags, retweets, and performative outrage, complexity gets sacrificed for moral aesthetics. People want the feeling of being morally superior more than they want the truth. And that's the bitter irony. Some of the people who believe they are fighting oppression are unintentionally empowering movements built on oppression. Not with weapons, not with violence, but with applause, with hashtags, with blind solidarity. That's why ideology without critical thinking becomes dangerous. It was dangerous in Iran 40 years ago, and it's dangerous on social media today. Moral superiority is not a substitute for critical thought. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, where do you think solidarity ends and ideological blindness begins?